rather than a brown. That's the only difference. All right. Well, I think I had some fun. Had some ups, had some downs. It's definitely what I expected it to be, which, I mean, I'm not disappointed. I'm not really disappointed. The game is pretty fun in the way that I figured it would be fun. Like, it's really nice to just kind of go in and mash out. Don't take it seriously. Taking it seriously is the worst idea on the planet because it is so horribly imbalanced. Not just on the class side, but on the game mode sides as well. And then also, if you're taking it seriously and you don't have anybody to do it with, like, you're really asking for trouble. This is not a fighting game, you know? It's not a fighting game. It's not intended to be... Well, you know, I don't think it's intended to actually be like a real fighting game. I think it's more intended to do some sort of a MOBA thing. You know what I mean? Like, they don't want it to be so complicated that fighting is just not something you can... I don't feel like they meant it to be that way, is what I'm trying to say. They wanted it to be esports, and if it's going to be esports, it can't be as complex as a fighting game because a lot of people don't really like fighting games because they're too complex. So they try to make more of a surface level game here, and it doesn't feel great because it is kind of slow, and there's all this latency issue here and there. It throws your timing off, so it's hard to parry. And a lot of that stuff is pretty tight, especially the light attack overhead. I wasn't getting that much at all because it was really, really hard to get the feel of, you know, the match and everything. But it is satisfying when you do succeed in a parry, when you call somebody out, when they're attacking you like crazy and you come up with a defense. Like, it's very satisfying. I enjoy it. That's about what I expected, and that is pretty much what I got. Yeah. So, like I said, like this will, I think that I'll just throw this up on YouTube, and this will probably be my last YouTube of this game. Maybe I'll do another one, but I'll throw this up on there just for the hell of it. But basically, that's really my review of this game. It's not technical. It's not that technical. I mean, there are some technical classes and stuff that I suppose open up some options, but it really is more of a medium shallow pool. Not even that big of a pool. Approachable, I guess, is the nice way of putting it, is approachable. But honestly, like, for a dude like Croker, and probably even Infected, for a dude like those guys, this game is definitely not balanced enough, and it's not pushed in the right direction enough. It's not about competition. It's too Ubisoft. It's way too Ubisoft. It's got so many microtransaction. The way you gain steel, just the experience. It's really a slow kind of a trickle in. It really isn't that fun because of that. It really isn't that fun because of the slow progress you make when you play this. I just spent 3 hours playing. I barely made any money. I think I got maybe 300. Well, maybe I started at 5,000. Now I got 6,360. So, I mean, it's pretty slow. I need 7,000 in order to get the one execute I want. So maybe it's not that bad. I don't know. There's a lot of Ubisoft. There's too much Ubisoft to be like a seriously really fun and really engaging, and the weaknesses of the game are pretty evident for anybody who's really like paying attention, right? That's about it. I mean, that's really about it. If you can ignore that shit, it's pretty fun. I rented this, so I haven't spent 60. Technically, I don't own this. I could send it back if I'd like to. And, right now I don't want to. I definitely want to play it some more, see if I can't level up, get a little bit more into the rhythm of the parries and everything. I'm really starting to enjoy Dominion, which I hated at the start. I thought this would be all about duels. But it's very clear that they don't want duels to be the focus. They want Dominion to be the focus. Maybe some deathmatch skirmish or elimination. Maybe that's kind of like a sub thing. But Dominion is really fun with the skills and the tools, and the chaotic nature of just being able to run away is actually kind of nice. I sort of enjoy it. I know a lot of people don't like it because they want to engage and be locked in, but it adds a level of it just adds an interesting level because you can run away maybe near a ledge, and now all of a sudden the fight is totally different. I like that level of complexity because the system itself is not complex. It's a very approachable, very easy to understand structure of mechanics, easy to understand but difficult to master sort of thing. And then when you have this wild map where everybody is able to kind of disengage or re-engage, I got away more times than I didn't. That adds some complexity to it, especially when you start throwing in the idea that, some people chase, and then maybe you're going to chase them to a ledge or a ladder, and do a lot of damage that way. It's pretty cool. All that stuff considered, it's pretty neat. I like it. I actually like it. It's not a kind of game that I would really suggest right away. For one thing, $60 is out of the question. I mean, this is not $60 game. It's not that fun. It's fun, but it's not $60 fun. What is $60 fun for me? Dark Souls 3. Easily $60, easily Seasons Pass. I've never regretted it. I absolutely love my time with Dark Souls 3. I'll probably go back to it and do another run at some point. That's $60. That's one of the highest points of spending money that I've ever done. Was Dark Souls 3. That's the most enjoyment I've gotten out of something. Compared to that, this game is not. This game is like maybe half of that. Maybe half of that. And that is kind of being generous. I mean in terms of wanting to go back and play it, being engaged in the game, feeling it out. It feels good to get better at Dark Souls. It really does. It feels better to get the bosses down and all sorts of stuff, and playing with different builds and learning how to use those builds against certain bosses. This one is supposed to be competitive, so it has a frustrating feature to it. And I think that's a large aspect of why I don't think it's worth $60, because there is a lot of frustrating things that you do have to just accept. And a lot of games that tend to go like esports or tend to be online focused, they tend to have that. And this is no exception. This is just, it's got a lot of frustrating things. Balance is really a huge issue right now. The game modes really, I mean, Dominion's cool, but like everything else seems to be really shitty. People aren't really liking them. Yeah. I mean, there you go. I mean, that's that's definitely my 2 cents on this, is that it's not worth 60, probably worth like $40. In fact, if I can snag this for about $40, I'm definitely going to think about that for sure. I don't know about season passes though. Probably not. Is second